I've learned a lot of
Do you have a
crazy stuff
story? Do you have a
recently.
story?
I have so many stories. I have too many stories, Steven. I have too many actual stories.
Did I
I've
read
learned,
any crazy stories
I
this
was
week?
reading, dude, I was reading about like time slips and like people who like felt like, and not just felt like, but experienced with other people sometimes that they were suddenly in a different time, seeing buildings and cars and various like structures and people of those times, and then turning in such a way, and suddenly they're back in their own time where they belong. I've seen like I've been reading numerous situations about this, and I'm just like,
Time slips.
it's been blowing my mind because I'm just like, I also have read about people who have claimed to be both from the past and from the future. People
Well,
who
if they're from the future, that's a good sign, right? I mean, it means that we live for a little while.
Right? Well, so there are people, everyone's from the past, technically, but like
Yeah,
claim
yeah, I
to
got you.
be, some people claim to be like monks from hundreds of years ago, who like were sent forward in time because they're, being punished by God or whatever it may be. There are people who claim to be sent back from the future who say that we're living in a simulation and that so many people are just these constructs and all this stuff. Mind you, this case that I just said happened in like 1970s.
Really? The
Yeah,
construct thing actually kind of checks because how many real people do you meet in a day?
yeah.
Like, I'm talking like people that seem to have more to them than just how's the weather out there.
It's interesting, right? Because I know we're all. I saw a memory from past Anthony's like Facebook, right, where it was just like, stop asking me if I'm having fun yet at work, or stop saying like,
Hmm.
working hard or hardly working, because like my dialogue bubbles aren't interested in that weird like NPC
At least
conversation.
program some other dialogue bubble and
Like,
NPC
and I was just like,
options.
so like, but I understand we all kind of fall into like these weird comfort bubbles where it's like, I don't know
Mhm.
what they like, or I don't know if like maybe their cat died, so I'm just gonna be like, having fun yet,
Mhm.
awkward. So I get it. Sometimes people just slip into like the NPC
The work
language,
personality.
like the work personality, just to not be confrontational or awkward or make anyone feel uncomfortable. But it does often feel like people are just like, remember those old, I always think about it as like the old-timey magnet football games where like the pieces just kind of vibrate around
Hmm.
awkwardly, and it's
Whoever
like,
wins is completely determined on what
yep,
happens
just,
with the shakiness. Like
yep,
it's
it's just gonna, people are gonna shake around and like, you can't do anything. But it just, it feels like there's not really like a free will at play. It's just more like people just like stumbling through as like following a path that they're on. And maybe that's what's happening. But like what you're suggesting is like, yeah, it doesn't feel like that for us as individuals, and I'm sure it doesn't feel like that for anyone. No one's just like, I certainly am an NPC
I
today.
don't know. Some days I wake up and I'm like, I'm an NPC today. I'm not willing to give any part of myself to anyone.
I,
I'm just gonna exist as an NPC. I feel like that's when we're getting our updates. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's a good point.
they're
I really, well, we've talked about it like previously on the podcast, but we've talked about how like sometimes you feel like the main character in your own story, and sometimes you recognize like, oh wait, I'm working this job to help this person build this thing, or I'm doing this, and I'm just the cashier right now.
Mhm.
I'm certainly not the main character of everyone's story here. I'm barely a main character in my own story. I'm just serving the NPC like function at the moment. So yeah, it's really interesting. But recently, I started this new job, and Steven, like, I'm not experiencing time slips, but I will tell you, it's very weird. It feels like the show Severance, where like I'm there, and then it's like, oh wait, I've been here the whole time. I've never left here. And then like when I go home, I'm like, wait, was that working? Like that was so fast. It just like flies. It's
It
so.
does seem like it'd be a pretty cool atmosphere to kind of work in, right? I'm sure. Is it like the best job you think you've like one of the better jobs you've
It,
ever had?
it's the best job. It's the best job by far I've ever had. Like
That's
I
awesome.
didn't like. I mean, the closest I've ever come, like Blockbuster wasn't so bad, but it had a lot of like corporate stuff that grew into it. Where I was like, okay, yeah, this job sucks now. Delivering pizza was fun, but the people I worked with they were awful. But this job, all the people are great. It's hilarious constantly. And Steven, the things I do for a living, I can only be said after the main intro music. I don't want to be canceled or I don't want to be kicked off of the YouTube algorithm. So stay tuned. We're going to get to the show. Let's actually talk about stuff this week. Hello, welcome to We Have Issues. I'm Anthony.
And I am Stevie Wildcard.
And every week, Stevie Wildcard and I get together and we do our best to overcome the various issues and obstacles that life throws our way in order to get something done. Most recently, we've been working on a bunch of freaking comic books. So many comic books. It's been crazy. It's been a crazy few years, really. Steven, last week
With
you
no
were
end
absent.
in sight, really.
Yeah. You were absent last week. Steven,
Mhm.
what
I
happened?
was. So Monday, I get a text from my wife, and she says that the internet's out. So I'm hoping, oh, rain, it's raining and blah blah blah. No. CenturyLink is down. So it's not just down in my area, it's just down at my house. So I contact them for support, and they're like, sorry, bro, you need to upgrade to Quantum. So they're not even going to fix whatever's wrong with my internet. I need to switch providers, which
You have to-
Lumen owns both of them. It's the same company, but it's just a different company. Anyways,
It's called
so
Lumen.
Lumen is the umbrella company that owns.
Hang on. Pause for a second. First of all, I mentioned time slips, time travel. You're talking about quantum,
Mm,
always entangled with.
and the-
And second, I'm talking about Severance, the show, which the company in the show
is
Severance.
Lumen.
Lumen.
It's all connected,
Just
buddy.
saying, like as far as synchronicities and like weird coincidences, like we talked about last week. So I'm sorry. Go on. So yeah, you have to like deal with this.
So yes, I'm worried it's going to take forever because that's how these types of things happen. But turns out when you're paying them for a whole new service, they're pretty excited to come out there and get you on a new,
Well, that's good.
upgraded cost. So yeah, I had them set up by Wednesday, but obviously wasn't going to be in time for the podcast. So I let Anthony know Monday. I was considering using my phone, what I'm saying, because I can always Zoom from my phone, but it's just easier just to not. And yeah, Anthony and Carly, the wonderful Carly, filled in my absence, and they covered last week. So I am back.
Yes. We missed you, dude. I always miss you. I had a lot of fun playing Dungeons and Dragons with
Yeah,
you.
we had a great Dungeons and like.
That
It's
was a
so
lot.
funny how my character is the most obnoxious, gets the best rolls on things he shouldn't, like Feybucks, but then never gets any good combat rolls, and also kind of has to rein in the because the other ones are so good, but then
Yeah.
they just all link up at once, some like and just decide to just ignore everything and destroy things that they shouldn't destroy. And
Very
it's
funny.
funny.
If you've never played Dungeons and Dragons, you should try it because it's the best way to watch your friends or people around you just be insane and chaotic,
Mhm.
crazy, just do things that like you wouldn't imagine they do. Um, yeah, it was a lot of fun though. And like when you invent, so Steven's character in this, where they're in like the Feywild, and in that realm, I have the characters not understand what money is. They're just like, no, we
Mhm.
use like barter systems and various, trades. We don't have currency. And Steven's character decided, of all things to introduce this world to, he decided to teach
Capitalism.
them how money works. It was capital. So
And
funny.
yes, and literally it's so funny because all stems. This is how simple my mind works sometimes. Anthony said there were fairies flying around outside, so I'm thinking like, ooh, I want to capture one in a glass bottle so I can be like Link and Zelda and resurrect if I die. Just like
Yeah.
Fey magic in the Fey world. And then yeah, it just ends up creating this whole alternate plot that literally has nothing to do with the campaign. And we were in this because every time we go to a new place, my beautiful and lovely and amazing, incredible wife wants to go to the weapon place. Like she's always rolling that dice to see if Anthony's going to give her some sort of new magical awesome weapon, and she every time. So she wanted to go to the weapons place, and then that's where I bought the bottle. Got into a fight with the storekeep. It just goes, and we're this is all we haven't done anything. We are in a weapons place that he had to create on the fly for Tina. So yeah, it was
Yeah,
fun though.
yeah, it was a lot of fun. There's so many little things that I'm just like, I'm just completely creating all of this, and I hope it's fun.
I
And
can tell. Well, not like I can tell because it's like no, like I can tell because I can see your face. You're like, okay, yeah, we'll go
yeah,
there. There's this guy there. He's like, he's like Humpty Dumpty basically, and it's
it was fun.
it's
It was
it was fun though. It all worked out, and like and like that's what I'm talking about with the combat. It's so funny. Like I roll like almost nat 20s
Mm.
to create currency in the Fey roll, but then when Humpty takes my bottle and doesn't give me the chain, I roll like threes and Humpty just beats the shit out of me, and
So
it's
good.
it's so funny.
Oh my God. So aside from all of the internet nonsense and like going through D&D, how was your week? Did you get anything done or
I
like
did. I got the rest of all the flats that you have colored, so you can
oh
send me more letters. So you should, if you have any more flats, feel free to upload them because I what I do is I shade on days where I'm not as or can't be as productive on my art, and then I have page 10 basically. Well, it's mostly done, and then I have page 11 roughed. So I'm gonna because I only have 11, 12, 13. I think I'm gonna push. Like I know I keep saying this every week, but I think I am gonna push to try to finish it this week. This page 10's crazy. There's just so much on that page. It's a heavy action page. So I did do a lot of cool shit. But yeah, I got everything that you have flatted, colored, shaded, and then I did start page 10.
this week I've had no time because I started
Mhm.
so like because
Well, you're working now. I mean,
yeah,
let's be
this week
real.
I started working basically a full-time job, and aside from that, I still had residual, and I still have up until the end of this week, residual jobs that I had been doing because we were doing so many side jobs. So I
Which
had
is,
like
I mean, it's nice because you guys will have hopefully some
yes.
good money coming in. But
Yeah.
yes, you haven't been as open to be able to take on.
I've had no time because I still have a beta read that I have to do, and I'm working on like an editing job, and which I really like doing, but I also like just don't have the time. So I'm like I get home at like 3:30 or so every day, and then I'm like, ah, crap, okay, I have to work on this, like also spend time with that list and like be here for the like my family, and so it's been
Yeah,
a new
it's
struggle. It's a new balance to strike. That being said, dude, like after this week, I'll have a lot more time to work on
which
Blood,
is awesome.
be able to like do all that stuff. That'll be great. It's new, but you know what, dude? Like I was saying earlier, it literally is like so much more fun than any job I've ever had. Like
That's
I
awesome.
it's
He's got and there's such a good energy in there. I know like most of those
there,
guys are like really cool. Everyone's pretty awesome.
so for those of you who don't know, I recently started a new job. It's the person. It's with the people who hired us to make a vampire comic. I just reached out, and Steven knows them, so I was just like, I'm gonna try my hand at this, and I wanted to see if they had any availability, like any positions open. And the owner contacted me. He's like, oh, we kind of do, we kind of don't. I don't know. We might be able to use you. Like, let's see. So I went in there and I met with them and stuff, and I talked to them and. I've been working there ever since, and he's been
It's
like
awesome.
they've been teaching me everyone like every job in there basically. So I'm like pulling. So what they do is they sell things on eBay and like in various places. They sell comic books and collectibles and all sorts of things. They also create art, mostly not safe for work art, and which leads me to having a job in which I spend a good chunk of my days some days, Stephen, just censoring boobs and buttholes. Just that's just something I do.
And they're so detailed too. It's
Stephen, they
wild.
are the most detailed. But Stephen, the other day I saw. Now I am at this point. I like if my in my life just desensitized to all of this stuff. Um, Thankfully, because it works out. Because I can just sit there and be in a room where someone shows me a thing that looks like it's Wile E. Coyote drew it on the wall for the Roadrunner to run through. Stephen, that's what I'm censoring out for the people. I'm saving family.
The Acme Tunnel, if you will.
Dude, it's so crazy. But it's been so much fun, and it's like I do that. I create banners. I create art, like little like things for blur like blogs and newsletters and all that stuff. I do that, and then like I also pull comics and like for shipping, and I put comics away for for sale and all this stuff. It's been great, and I'm also half of their inventory is just like old comics, and I'm just like, oh my God, I
He's
this is the
got
first
so many cool figures and stuff in there too.
so many cool.
Statues, cool
It
collectibles. You got like that awesome poster of the Avengers Endgame signed
yes,
by
all signed
everybody.
by everybody,
So
dude.
cool.
I literally feel like I'm working in the Cave of Wonders. Like I posted on Twitter today, I was like, I feel like I'm the genie. Like I feel like it's like well because I am like living in this Cave of Wonders, and like every time someone just needs something, they're like like I wish, and I'm like, "Pff, what do you want? Pff, what do you want? Like that's just like what my
That's
job.
awesome.
So, but it's been great. Like honestly, oh, and then he even said to me today, he's like, you've been doing a really good job. We're, we really like having you, blah blah blah. And then he was just like, we're looking to like kind of like give you more stuff so you can make a lot more money and and all this.
That's awesome, dude.
I was like, that's a really good thing to say on your it's only my second week there, so I'm like, yeah.
Dude, I knew from the get that you'd be such a good fit. I was just telling, I'm like I told you when I was talking to Chris, I was like, he's smarter than me. He's like, you're not that smart. I'm like, I'm pretty dang smart, and Anthony's smarter than me, and he's like creative as hell. Like he's gonna be an awesome fit for you guys. Like,
No, but I mean, thank you. I love you. No, but it is, I'm so glad you were like so sweet and supportive. Of course you are. But dude, yeah, it's such a good fit. It's been really awesome so far. Literally, it's what you know what's funny? My relationship, it has been so great and is just generally just like wonderful, and I don't even worry about anything. Now I'm thinking like, oh no, where's the bad thing in this job? You know what I mean? Like it's so funny. I'm like,
this
okay,
job is like literally the coolest place I've ever worked at. Why? Where's the bad thing? Where's the
yeah,
big
where's the
bad?
bad thing? Like something has to give, right? Like this is crazy. But like it doesn't like so far it's like this is the job. They even one of the days last week I remember or and Monday even they were like, "Okay, look, it's going to be really intense and all this." And I was like, "Okay, well here it is. This is going to be the part of the job that's like terrible." And it's just like yeah, it's a little more work, but honestly, I love it because like I said, I'm constantly busy and it feels like time just flies because I'm just being productive the whole day.
That's awesome.
And like I mean, I don't know about you, like I really love when I feel like I know exactly what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
when I feel like I'm helping.
Once you're like confident in what you're
Yeah.
doing, oh,
Yeah.
dude, and you know you can do it well.
Because I'm like
This is everything.
yeah, I'm like I'm doing something that I know I can do. I'm doing it well and I'm helping them. Like I'm actually making a difference and doing something good and I have a purpose here and it's helpful and they're appreciative of it and I'm appreciative of what it gives me. So this is good. Everybody wins. And then at the end of the day, like literally at the end of the workday, I feel like time just flew by and I'm like I just go home and I'm like, "Oh, okay." Like it really feels like I was just like I had a time slip. I just like jumped. I was like, "Oh, shit."
And
I
at
just
least it's like I know it's like kind of far for you, but at least it's like right at the beginning of Cape Coral
yes.
though. As soon as you get over the bridge, it's boom, right
Exactly.
there.
Like it's not, yeah. I mean, it's like a 25-minute drive or so, depending on traffic. But like, yeah, at least it's that. It's been great though. Like honestly, it's been so nice. I am tired because like my like coffee consumption has been different. Because like I'm used to being home and like working on stuff at home, so I could just go in the kitchen, get more coffee, and like get my iced coffee and keep. Now I'm like there and I'm just working and I don't realize I'm like, oh my God, I haven't eaten or anything. And it's like 3 hours, I've been
Yeah,
several
true
hours like,
that.
holy
Do they
crap.
order in stuff a lot and things
Yeah,
like
they,
that?
they they do. I've been bringing lunch, but like they've been ordering and stuff. So otherwise, Steven, this week, since like I've been so busy and exhausted, I mean I learned some stuff, some funny things, and I have things I could talk about, but I'm gonna save it. And this week I think we should just answer a few questions about
Ooh,
monsters.
ooh, monsters. Do we have questions from people or are we
We
just
do.
answering random?
We have some
Ooh,
questions.
is this questions of monsters from the colony? They want to know what we know, Anthony. So we'll tell them all the stuff we know about monsters because we're fucking versed as hell. Go.
All
That was
right.
a good one.
That was a really good one. So
Yeah.
every once in a while, my best friend Steven and I, we get together and we talk about all the things that happen in our lives, and people show up sometimes. I don't know if you're there right now. We really appreciate you. Hit the subscribe button if you can. We're a tiny little channel, and who knows who's watching this
The
thing.
smallest of channels.
We really are. But if you're watching and you're like, hey, I want to ask these goobers some questions about monsters, feel free to ask below. You can also talk to us on Twitter or Patreon or any of those places. But people ask us questions and we'll answer them. This week, they asked about monsters. And these, oh God. All right, let's see. So we have a question from my wonderful fiance, Carly, who asks, are you a vampire? If yes, will you turn me? If no, will you become one so you can turn me? The answer is, unfortunately, slash fortunately, I'm not a vampire. I would become one if I could. I'll figure it out and I would turn you. Yes. Um, we have a question from
Thirdly, Anthony and I have a vampire blood pact first, so I would actually be Anthony's first vampire
I
victim.
remember I remember when we were younger and we literally had the conversation where like, listen, what if you don't know how it works? Because
We're exchanging all the
we're
fluids.
changing all the fluids. That's
All the
how
fluids are being
we
exchanged,
both
and
we
various ways, whatever needs to be done.
Yeah, Pac like, why didn't you start with blood? Listen, we,
Listen,
we're going in alphabetical order. You don't want to, you don't, blood is,
C hits pretty hard and pretty fast. But C's after B. Yes, but we were going in. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest with you here.
no, but like, because it's so funny. I mean, it's like zombies, like people always
Mm.
assume like, oh, a zombie bite gets you, but like, okay, there are also movies where a scratch will get you, or a little bit of
Hmm.
the blood in the eye, or
Or it's the wine, like it's
or
my
it's
my blood that you
like the
have to
vampire.
consume before I bite you. And yeah,
Yes.
there's rules
There are
involved in
different
these things.
rules, right? So you have to try everything, and Stephen and I will figure it out. Okay, so author Matan Runya asks, "Why are vampires hurt by garlic?" Do you know this, Stephen?
I actually don't know this.
I
I
believe,
would assume it has to do with like is garlic pure or something like
yeah,
that,
yeah,
or
that's what it is.
it,
It's like a purity thing. It's
okay.
like as far as I
I know
know,
it's good for the human body. It
yeah,
purifies the body,
it purifies,
supposedly.
and
Yeah.
it's like the old like it comes from like older European vampire myths of like garlic being having a purification essence, and then of course vampires being unpure can't stand anything that
However, I love what Lost Boys does, where Max is invited in and he can consume garlic and get
that's
hit by holy water and all those
yeah, that
things.
was
Like,
so cool.
yeah, like I would just get some Italian to invite me into their house and just eat the best food ever for the rest of my life as a vampire still.
All right, let's see. JD Bergstrom asked, does
JD, producer.
he's yeah, right, he really is. Thank you so much, JD. Does Frankenstein's monster have to use the bathroom? Steven, that's a really good question.
I guess if he eats, he does, but like Frankenstein's monster was reanimated, right? So I think we need to go further with this and say if Frankenstein's monster defecates, then zombies definitely defecate too,
Oh,
right?
100%. Yeah.
What happened, dude? Like
Well,
that's a whole series of problems that like we don't consider in a zombie apocalypse. Is they're rotting at different stages. So like some zombies like can't process the meat they're eating. So like their shit would just pour out of their stomach area, like fecal matter out of their
I,
intestines and stuff.
to what extent? Okay, zombies' hearts don't beat, right?
Mm-mm. Yeah. So how do they even oxygenate? Like how do the organs even function?
My question is, okay, if we're imagining like a skeletal, like feral skeletal system that happens to have flesh around it, that simply is a meat-seeking missile, like I'm just I'm a puppet that needs to eat brains or flesh for whatever reason, right? How is it swallowing? How do
Hmm.
zombies
It's
swallow?
got to just kind of be like an essence thing, right? Like when they start eating the brain, they whatever is in the brain that takes away the pain from their brain.
Right,
If we're going with like Night of the Living Dead,
right,
right? Like
right.
that's what
Return of the Dead, but
Return
yeah.
of the Living Dead, yeah. Um I'm imagining it's almost like the act of eating the brain releases some sort of chemical reaction and they absorb that and then it really doesn't matter what happens to whatever
So it's
they've
just
chewed.
like, yeah.
Falls out of their mouth or if it like goes down their throat and like falls out of their ribs once they, like are walking, maybe that part doesn't matter because they
So
don't need calories, right?
no,
They
of course. So I mean, and they're slowly they're decomposing anyway, and they're going to continue to stay alive regardless, or undead regardless. So does Frankenstein's monster?
I'm gonna say yes because he says it's alive. Like it, I mean,
Good
it's
point.
alive now, right? So I mean, I'm assuming Frankenstein has a beating heart and
And I,
everything at that
and I
point.
think the purpose was to create a man. Like
Yeah,
he wasn't trying to create like an automaton that didn't have the same, like the same the systems that we do. This is an actual like person, not, I mean, it's human in such a way, but he has all of the various faculties. So I
I'm just
imagine,
literally imagining Frankenstein's monster like having to get checkups and stuff. It's like, all right, say oh man, you really need to stop eating so much, heavy fats, buddy. Like you need to Honey Nut Cheerios is your best friend, okay? Okay. But yes, I think we're in agreement.
yeah, 100%.
Frankenstein's monster absolutely defecates
It has to have a digestive system if he's a person, all right?
if
If
it's
like if
alive.
Frankenstein, when obviously Frankenstein he was very good at what he did, right? He created life from various sorted parts, right? An amalgamation of man, an amalgamation, and he brought it to life. So I'm imagining it has all of the inner workings, so it probably
Do
does.
you think Mr. Hyde like intentionally doesn't wipe when he knows he's about to come back into Dr.
Oh,
Jekyll? And like
what
Dr. Jekyll just comes back with like a completely chapped ass
the
from
worst,
like from
worst.
Mr. Hyde just being a disgusting eating cigars and stuff. That was a cool.
Why are you?
Mr. Hyde and Van Helsing was pretty cool, by the way. But
Oh
yeah.
yeah. I think Van Helsing, although not like the best movie ever, gets a lot of hate that it doesn't deserve
Oh,
for
absolutely. There's a lot of
as much
cool
fun
things in it.
as it
Yeah.
is. Yeah, it's a fun, silly movie. Okay, we have Environment Thought as favorite and least favorite cryptid. Also, hottest cryptid. There may be overlap. Steven, do you have a
Okay,
favorite
let's
slash
see.
hottest cryptid?
Let's think here about cryptids. My favorite cryptid growing up was Loch Ness Monster because dinosaurs. I was a just like most boys.
Yeah.
From the 90s, you picked like a little Ninja Turtles, but then dinosaurs. I loved the
Yeah.
dinosaurs. I read about
Yeah.
dinosaurs. And so, yes, the Loch Ness Monster is probably one of my favorite ones, even though I'm pretty sure out of all the cryptids, it's the least likely one to actually be real.
Fair.
And then my least favorite cryptid, hmm. I'm not crazy about the Jersey Devil.
Okay.
I
Um,
feel like it's just so out there with so many so many
there's too much
stories
going
around
on.
it. It's just too much going on there.
I'm gonna say my favorite one's probably Mothman because
Mothman's a cool one.
very cool and weird, and it could also have some interpretations that are very interesting. Like all of the interpretations are interesting, and it could be a series of different things. Whether it's an alien or interdimensional species, or like just obviously a hoax. So many different things that it could be. I
It
just
just had so much coverage though in like early
yes.
newspapers, and like it easily could have been just
I mean,
that's people have
dude,
been trying to make money on things forever, but
it's
like
true, but there's so many fun stories of like Mothman, but also like just other cryptids. I also like oh my God, have you heard of the Mantis people in New Jersey?
no, the
Steven,
Mantis people.
Steven,
Because that's the thing people don't know about Jersey. Like when I think of Jersey, I'm thinking New York City esque, like just big cities. But North Jersey, I'm pretty sure it's North Jersey, is like all woods. Like there's so much like
Steven,
countryside of
it's
Jersey.
it's so cool and crazy. So you can look this up. Apparently, there have been numerous sightings in the woods in New Jersey made by different people who aren't related at all. Around the same time this happens, and then like in various times as well. But people have reported the same experiences or very similar experiences, which are that they're like fishing or somewhere in the woods, and suddenly they kind of feel like this awkward vibrating in their ear, and when they turn toward it, they see a creature, and it's a creature that's like 8 feet tall, if not taller.
How
Um,
close to them at that point, or is it like right next
they're
to them?
gonna one of them. It was right directly behind him.
Oh my god!
Directly behind him, which sounds like the most terrifying thing in the world, honestly. Like,
Because you know how violent and destructive insects are, and like if an insect is bigger than you, you're like, well, fuck. Like you would attack me if you were 2 inches big. So like,
exactly.
what are
Yeah, yeah.
you
You're
gonna do?
you're brave as hell, and
Yeah.
now you're 9 feet tall. But so they also report. So they see this thing, and then they also report almost feeling as if it makes them do things, like it makes them walk away, or it makes them turn. It's yeah, like different
Like
things.
uses like sound vibrations to kind of
Yeah, like
manipulate your like control.
exactly. Like it's using some sort of like I don't know, cognitive manipulation out of some sort of like telekinesis or to
But they're not violent, I guess, right? Because I mean, these people have
apparently
stories
not.
to tell. So
Yeah, apparently not. But people have reported seeing these things, and it's just it's an interesting cryptid. There's no, I mean, of course, yeah, you like, are they lying? I don't know. Probably most people lie. I wish they wouldn't, so we could like be like, whoa, like, can you imagine like in the invention of lying, like
like,
a world without lying where people are like, yeah, I saw a mantis person. Like, oh my gosh, I
this is
just
just 100% true because you cannot lie,
cannot
sir.
lie. I long for that world, Stephen. But I think my favorite is probably Mothman. I think the sexiest, though, the sexiest is probably the one that looks like the pants, just like floating. Have you seen that one,
Mm-mm.
Stephen? It's called the Fresno Nightcrawler.
So I'm Fresno, California, I'm guessing, huh?
Yep, the Fresno Nightcrawler. Look up the Fresno Nightcrawler.
I will.
I'll post a picture of it right here for the viewers. But the Fresno Nightcrawler is definitely the sexiest. because
by far.
it's just a sexy butt walking around, baby. It's like Assy McGee. It's very weird. I don't know. It's there are a couple of videos of these things, and I remember seeing them and just thinking like, I see how you could fake this. I don't know. I don't know what this is. It's very interesting and fun. So, okay, we had another question by Jude who asked, scariest horror monster, i.e., vampires or zombies or werewolves and such. Who do you think is scariest?
Ooh, scariest horror monster. So like vampires are scary in the sense that they're intelligent and they can
Yeah.
like they hunt you. I just feel like you could possibly reason with a vampire.
Okay.
I've always been terrified of werewolves because like of how like just
Feral.
for feral and ferociously. I imagine it's like Wolverine. Like imagine
Oh,
if Wolverine saw you and decided to kill you. Like
yeah.
what are
Oh.
you really doing against that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I said with a vampire, like more than likely it's gonna end the same way, but I could be like, yo, whoa, 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 listen, listen, listen. I would be either your best whatchamacallit, Igor or whatever, or whatever,
Yeah. You're
or I'll be
familiar.
yeah, I'll be your best familiar, or if you think I'm cool enough to hang for the rest of your being, I'm down to become a vampire. Like werewolf is just I'm already ripped into pieces. And now I'm a ghoul too, on top of
Yeah,
that.
that's fair. Oh, yeah. Oh my God. All right, let's see. Oh, Daly Downing. Hi, Daly. Asks,
Hi, Daily.
you finally meet a real life cryptid. What are you doing with it? Example, putting it in a zoo, spiriting it far away from humanity, asking it a meaningful life, or asking it the meaning of life over tea and biscuits. So, what would you do with a cryptid if you actually met
If
one?
I met a cryptid and it was intelligent and I
Yeah,
could actually like communicate with it, I think I would go the route of protecting it from society. I
cool.
think I would. I don't think I'd want to like reveal it. I'd probably get some good pictures, but I would be like in the sense
Neat.
where I'm not going to tell people where it's at. But this is the closest thing
Oh,
that this thing does exist somewhere. But I don't know. Now if it was like just a creature, like a new animal, like an animal that maybe we
okay.
haven't discovered
Like,
yet, then I don't. I still don't think I would capture it though. I don't think I have it in me for something to get experimented on because that's
no,
where my brain goes. Is like the first thing they're going to do with it is
don't
take
want
it
that.
back to a lab and rip it apart, and I don't want
Of
anyone
course.
to do that to anything. So I
Yeah,
think either
I
way,
mean,
I think I would just let it go either way and just hope that it talks to me on occasion.
yeah, it depends on which cryptid it is. If it's a cryptid that has journeyed through various dimensions or into space,
Hmm.
I'm going to ask it so many questions about those various things. If it's able to talk at all, I'm going to ask it like, how have you stayed like hidden so long? Like, why aren't people able to take pictures of you? Can I take a picture of you? All of these things. Also, I'm gonna need proof for sure. Like I like whether or not like I need it. I mean, I know Steven's gonna believe me. I know Carly's gonna believe me. I know some of you would believe me, but I need it. I need some kind of proof.
For
If
your own sanity, so
I
that
don't
way
say,
people can't tell you to kick rocks like you're a
because you
fucking
know
lion.
people would gaslight forever. No matter what, people would
Mhm.
just be like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm sure the people closest to you believe you, and then they'll be like, oh, I hate you. But yeah, mostly I just want to talk to them, whoever.
Yeah,
Like,
and like I say, like I mean, I know Hollywood's not wrong. Like what every government entity would ever do is find a way to use and abuse whatever said thing we found was. Now, if it was a dangerous cryptid, if it seemed like it was a villainous cryptid, like something like of evil origin, or like, and I had like some sort of confirmation for myself that this thing is here and more of it's going to come, and we need to find a way to prevent this and stop
ooh,
it. I think I would do my best to try to get it to one of those agencies.
yeah,
But I don't think anything that's whimsical and mysterious like that is going to be the end of humanity. So I'm going to go with like, yeah, ask it a bunch of questions,
yeah,
try to be its friend, and then protect it at all costs from there. Would be my.
absolutely.
I'd be
Just like
like,
we treat all of our friends. If you're out
exactly.
there right now, we are all cryptids together. This is
We
what.
are. We are each
Uh,
other's cryptids.
so, Steven, okay, last question. Why can't anyone make a good movie about sea serpents?
Have they tried?
That's a good question. I don't like, I mean, there have been shark movies and various monster movies in the sea. So,
I'm imagining Pirates of the
but
Caribbean probably have some pretty cool sea serpent situations going
yeah.
on. I haven't really
I mean,
watched them
also,
past.
like, there's screeching eels in
Yeah,
in The Princess Bride.
I think
Um,
that, I'm kind of picking up what they're putting down. Like
yeah.
it would be really cool to do like a horror movie on the sea and like make the
On a
big
boat.
bad a like a really crazy sea serpent. Just like
I could see it. I mean, I can see it. But yeah, why not? Why haven't they? Probably because most of those movies are kind of like ushered over to like the B category, like the B horror movie. Like
mhm.
creature features they do well.
You know what they need to
But
do for a good Sea Serpent movie is they need to make it. They need to do like a From Dusk Till Dawn situation. They need to.
yes,
It's just literally like this timepiece movie. Everything's normal for like the first 45 minutes of the movie, and then shit just goes. And there's no hints that there's anything going on. There's no nothing. It's just suddenly you're all surviving an attack from a sea serpent.
it just stinks because like the big one of the biggest problems we have today is just marketing and how everything
Yeah.
has to give everything up. Like the Fantastic Four already gave a huge plot point away in one of the newer trailers, and I was like, I wish I didn't know that. I wish I didn't even know
I
we.
don't understand why they even revealed that.
I
It's
don't
like
either. I don't get
it's
it. I
not
don't.
going to hype people even more to see it. I
No,
mean,
not at all. Like
I think we all kind of thought there's going to have to be something else going on because how well are the Fantastic Four going to actually physically fight Galactus? There's got to be other crazy plot points going on
yeah,
around it
but
to kind
also
of
like
ground it.
but when you think about like stakes, right? There's a giant creature who's coming to destroy the Earth. That's enough stakes as far as a trailer needs. Not to mention the
Yeah.
fact it's a widely popular comic book IP. Like everyone knows these characters. There have been several movies about these characters and cartoons about these characters. We all know these characters. We didn't need that specific bit of information. It could have
My only hope is that that specific bit of information happens relatively early in the
really.
movie.
It's going
Like
to.
one,
It's
I know you saw Superman. I missed last week. One of my favorite things about seeing the Superman movie was I felt like everything that was in the trailer was in the first
first
15 minutes of the freaking movie. Like
100%, dude.
I'm
I
like,
think
oh, there's so much left for me to digest because like
I
a
was
lot
so
of the action sequences have already happened.
Oh,
Like
yeah, I loved it. I loved the Superman movie. There are things about it that I was like, oh man, I kind of wish they did this or this, but honestly, altogether, I just enjoyed the whole thing. It was such a like, it was a refreshing experience. Like I went, Carly and Atlas and I went. We were just like sitting there, just like literally smiling the whole time, just
the
like
energy, like, and I think that's the thing is, no matter like what, like, of course we're all gonna have things like, oh, I wish they did this or
yeah,
that, but it's the first superhero movie I've watched in a while that's made you feel hopeful at the end of it and like optimistic and good, like and smiling. Like that last scene of that movie, not counting the mid-credit and post-credit scenes, but like that last like sequence of like show me the
oh,
footage of my
so,
parent,
yeah,
dude, it's just it's so great. Um yeah, I really enjoyed it very much. And I actually do have tickets to Fantastic. I already got them for
I did
Saturday.
too. We're going Thursday.
Oh, you're going Thursday.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I would, but the kids got gym and then I got to work at like 6:30 in the morning on
Oh,
Friday. So,
yeah, we're going Thursday, so we can talk about Fantastic Four next week for sure.
awesome.
Heck yeah, dude. So go see the Fantastic Four. Let us know what you think. But don't spoil anything for anyone ever. We're gonna talk about it a little bit on the show next week. Otherwise, Steven, what are you doing this week?
I'm going to do my best to finish this comic, but at the very least I'm going to probably get at least half of what's left done is my goal. Cuz
Awesome.
talking to Chris, I think he wants to get it in about a month. That was about a week or so ago he said that,
Uh,
but I should still have it done the next week or
that's
two.
great.
That's
Okay,
my
cool.
goal.
I,
That way, and like if you just keep flatting what I keep uploading, then we
yeah,
should be good. And because I saw how fast you lettered, and now I can drop the letters and send the TIFF back all completed for you for you to bind it for Brandon. So
awesome.
yeah, we're there, man.
Yeah, dude. This week I'm probably not gonna get anything done until we record again. But then the following week I'm gonna get a
You'll be
lot.
good because I still have like 4 pages, I think.
Yeah.
So
So,
you'll be
all
good.
right. So I'm like, we're gonna get some stuff done. I do have a lot of work to do this week, but otherwise, I'm pretty excited for this book, and I'm really excited to get back to Deathless. I'm glad
I'm
everything's
so excited to get back to
really looking
Deathless.
up for us, both like with my job stuff and also with like our books. We're like really getting like we're gaining steam here, and it's really cool. It feels good. Um, Anyway, thank you all for watching this. Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for supporting us week after week. I know it's a weird, silly, ridiculous show, but we all have issues, and that's why we do this. And we
We
know
love
a
each
lot
other.
of you probably have issues too, and we love you. But we're really appreciate it. We really appreciate each and every one of you, and just know that we're thankful. I am so tired. Steven, what do you want to say to the people before we go?
Sorry that I didn't get to, be here last week. But thank you so much for still tuning in, still loving on Anthony and Carly, and thank you for just loving us and supporting us, and us just confidently knowing that you guys will be there for every Kickstarter and every project that we try to push through. Like it just means so much. It gives us such a solid foundation for everything we're trying to accomplish. Thank you so much.
It really does. Thank you. Until next time, I'm Anthony.
And I am Stevie Wildcard.
This has been We Have Issues. We'll see you next week.
Boom, boom, boom.
Steven, I went to go get fitted for my suit
Oh,
for my
nice.
wedding. Okay, I went to get fitted for my suit. I'm not wearing a tux. I'm gonna wear like a black suit. So Carly convinced me. She's like, just get a custom suit. We'll pay for it. We got the GoFundMe. We got all this. Just get a custom suit. It's worth it. You're gonna appreciate it. Don't rent a suit. Just get this. It's an extra couple $100 versus the rental and all that stuff. So I was like, okay, okay, I'm gonna get this custom suit. I got this, and it's a black suit. I could wear this outside of my wedding. It's not like a tuxedo. It's a suit. It's gonna fit me, and I'll wear it, right? So I go and I'm doing the thing, and they do all of the very stereotypical, like, awkward, like putting their arms around me thing and making me do poses and all this stuff. Um, he also has me put pants on. He's like, "Oh yeah, what size are you? Let's like put these pants on. Let's see how they fit." And then he's like, "Turn around." And I'm like,
Turn
"Oh
around, big boy.
yeah." And he's like, something. And then like he looks at Carly and he's like, "Turn around again." And I turn around for her and she's like, "Yeah, I like this." And I was like, "I feel like meat. I feel like
I
meat.
am meat on the bar.
What is this?"
What
But
colors do I, what color? Well, continue. Sorry.
so, okay, so Steven. So he says our custom suits all come with inside the back of the suit, we embroider something special for you, depending on what you want. It can be 16 characters, and it's whatever you want. You can have your
Oh,
name,
this is awesome.
your initials. You can write, whatever you want. And I was like, so I'm looking at Carly, and I was like, okay, how much time do I have to come up with this? And he goes, you need to do it right now. And I'm like,
It's immediate.
yeah, I was like, okay. I mean, I could have called you tomorrow with something that was like real good, but like now I'm like, ah. So, Steven, Carly and I have the same birthday,
That's
January 15th. We're getting married on our birthday, right? So I was like, I could put our date, I could put like whatever, but I was like, what would be better? Birthday suit, Steven.